dressing sexy to work, I think it's really inappropriate. If it's work, you should dress for the kind of profession, for your profession and for your line of work.
I suppose first of all you need to define what sexy means, and in the corporate world, sexy would be if your clothes are too short, if your cleavage is showing, and if you cause basically distraction at the workplace, that probably would be defined as extremely sexy.
To me, your fashion sense and clothes that you wear doesn't really make who you are, but we get judged by our clothes and style in the real life. To me, if you doesn't wear appropriate attire to work, most likely do not do your work sincerely.
Well, I think sexiness is subjective, Sometimes you can put an outfit on one person and it's not sexy, and you can put an outfit on another person and it can be sexy. I think it needs to be measured according to that person's own personality, so to speak. But of course, I think there are the lines that you shouldn't cross. Nothing too short, I would say. Those are obviously no-nos, and I think it would set the wrong tone to your professionalism, I do believe. Yeah.
My work is basically training, so I stand up in front of a classroom of 30-40 people sometimes, and all of the people are from the corporate industry, so can be judgmental if you dress again, showing too much cleavage. So essentially, I don't really dress sexy. However, I do believe I dress well. Wherever you work and anything that you do, right, you need to be comfortable.
Okay, because my work's a bit different from the average office job, it involves attending events, so sometimes you have to wear clothes that you wouldn't be able to wear into an office, like evening gowns or cocktail dresses, which would be classified as sexy. But when it comes to day-to-day work, I try to keep it trendy. So I think it's very much the same for those who are in the lines of advertising, media, because it's very much a corporate job that I have now, organizing Miss Universe Malaysia. And now I'm trying to shop for clothes that I can wear to events and go to the office at the same time. So I think it's a balance that you have to find for yourself. And you define sexiness as actually more of your personality, really.
I would say it would hinder more than help performance at work.
To me, it doesn't really help because it's distracting and inappropriate.
I'm not going to say it hurts your performance or it hurts you in the workplace. I'm not going to say it's helping you either, depending on the environment.
Dressing sexy, as I said, it's a concept, it's a very subjective concept.
When people, especially in a sales line, if you're talking about a woman who dresses, provocatively, what is the kind of message you're trying to send out? Is that kind of attention what you're trying to attract? Because the intention is always important. Getting hotter, I don't think it's being hotter by 10 degrees Celsius. So.
But most people are working in the office, and it's pretty cold these days. I think in every building that I've been so far, the air conditioning system is ridiculously cold.
In most corporate environments, there's air conditioning. Of course, if you're heading to a meeting, just put on a blazer at least.
Even if you wear thin clothes outside, you come in and you wear a jacket inside. So really you're covered up and you're not really showing too much.
To me, I feel it's okay for you to wear thinner clothes inside, but make sure you wear a camisole inside,
I think it's just a choice of fabric, really.
I think it's the material as well.
Obviously cotton and silk, these sort of organic materials are more breathable.
When we say thinner clothes, I think you're talking about cotton versus, leather, for example. And so you want to make sure that you're wearing clothes that are comfortable. And I don't think it's going to be an issue with the weather.
I think something that is pretty safe is maybe if it's hot, wear a tank top, like what I do, wear a tank top, pants, and then have a blazer on standby. And it's always handy because it's fashionable, it's trendy, and well, it covers up a lot. And I think it's always important to dress the part depending on the occasion or the kind of meeting that you're attending, who you're seeing. Dress accordingly. And the safest thing is always to have something covered on standby.
I think you definitely need to dress according to your job, really, and your personality has to shine through what you are wearing. I think it's the same, especially with makeup as well. Women who wear too much makeup, you see the makeup and you don't see them for who they are or for what they're representing. So it's important that, that all these things are balanced out.
Well, if it's comfortable for you, then why not? But it has to be decent and proper, especially if you are going to meet clients.
Dressing fitting slim cuts, I think is okay, provided it's not too revealing, not too much skin.
Fitting slim cuts are great. I think men and women should wear fitting slim cuts. Yeah.
Fitting slim cuts, no, I think they're perfect. Pencil skirts, things like that. When you say fitting, outfits should be fitting. I think if there's too loose, they end up making you look, you don't look very professional.
No.
Low V-neck until you can see the cleavage is really distracting. I don't think it's appropriate, and I don't think it's suitable for meetings.
It depends, because if you're incredibly busty and you wear a V-neck top, it might look as provocative. Right? If you're actually completely flat-chested and however low your top goes, so it doesn't look provocative. So it depends on the body.
Depends on, well, stiletto heels. Well, it's not so much on how it looks, but you're gonna kill yourself at work. Standing in those or being in those for like 8 hours a day. Nope.
Stiletto heels are great, they're nice, but high stiletto heels, if you're 4 inches off the ground from your natural height, something's wrong with that. Really, you need to think about comfort, and for women especially, the back.
What's wrong with that lah? But I don't actually wear high heels. I like to wear flats whenever I'm working because it's just too much effort. Yeah.
Some people, they are very confident when they wear high heels. To me, it's no problem at all. I would prefer a pencil skirt or a skirt below the knee.
It depends how high above knee length. I have a rule that you have to be able to sit down in it. If you can't sit in it properly, it's too short.
Not too short, because try bending over. You can see your underwear from, when you bend over, then ladies, it's too short.
So mini skirts are fine. I think that's a trend these days, as long as they're not too short to the point of showing too much.
Comfort first. Ladies, wear something that you're comfortable, because being comfortable obviously will affect your confidence at work, and know why you're at work and what kind of attention you want to attract will depend on the kind of dress or outfits that you put on. So dress professionally, and remember, sell your skill, not sex. Huh?
For me, even if you are working in a very conservative environment, you can still let your personality out by wearing a scarf, a nice jewelry, a belt to personalize your outfit. To me, you have to be professional with class. You have to know how to take care of ourselves, and we have to portray a good and positive image of our company.
In general, I would say that, in the corporate environment, you need to be savvy of how you dress. You can wear anything. You can wear a rag and still look good if you pull it off well. I think number one is comfort at work. You need to be comfortable. If you're uncomfortable in the clothes, if you're wearing tight corsets all day long and you can't breathe, maybe you need to rethink your dressing.
You can't only lean on your looks or your sex appeal as a woman. All the long-lasting industry people don't lean on being sexy, because being sexy is a very short-term shelf life. You have to definitely show a lot more in who you are. So very important to establish yourself as something more than just what you wear or how you look.